is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to your daily news update for Football Manager 2014. Today is the 29th of August. Let's get straight into things. So kicking off today's announcement was the huge and much anticipated, and I've been waiting for this for so long, this new feature requesting fixture rearrangement or postponement if multiple players are called up for international duty. I've needed this so much this year. When I did the Pentagon Challenge and I was Beijing IT in the Chinese division, half my squad got called up to the under-23s Asian Championship, and it was a nightmare. I was playing a game with a 13-man squad at one point, and oh, how much I would have wished that I could have asked for this kind of feature to be added for FM13. It would have helped out so much. But it is nice to see it now when it's one that I kind of hoped they'd bring in, and now being able to request fixture rearrangement. I mean, my next hope is that it's granted when it should be granted, and it's not one of these things where you ask for it and it's never accepted. But I guess we will just wait and find out on that front. The next feature that's been announced today is preview news items on the next round of league fixtures. So this is the new news item that basically means that it will preview you on the kind of week's fixtures that are coming for the weekend too. I'm guessing it will show stuff like match odds, a bit similar to how you'd have kind of the summary after a weekend where it's like, oh, the best viewing was at X, Y and Z. I think there's a news item specifically for the Boxing Day fixtures where it's like a season of good cheer in the Premier League or whatever league you're in. It talks about how many fans have attended to the event. So I'm hoping that this is going to be something like that prior to every game week. Maybe give you match odds, talk about players who are injured, maybe focus on one game in particular that's like a big one in the league. Just a nice little addition of a feature, something that we've seen certain forms of in the past, but this new feature certainly kind of gets me a bit more excited. The next new announcement relates to the training calendar, and this is something that's been kind of made a big thing of this year, this new training calendar whereby you kind of schedule and get your training calendar sorted, and indeed today a few new announcements with regard to this. The first one being the ability in the training calendar to split days into rest and match preparation days. So there's a picture to go with this. Basically, using the match calendar, you're going to be able to kind of set up a training schedule, talk about what days you'd like to be free, which you'd like to be resting on, and it's just nice to see this new depth being added to training. I know a lot of people complain that training was stripped back in FM13 compared to FM12, and it looks like with FM14 they're really trying to add new bits to it to keep it fresh. So that's a nice little addition. Another thing that they've announced today is to do with FM Classic, and it's the fact that your team will already be picked when you take over a club. Really not sure what to make of this feature. It's an odd one. I mean, how do you pick a club kind of starting lineup when you first come to a team if you've not chosen the formation? So is this going to mean that every team has a 4-4-2 with the default players kind of loaded up in a position? Does it mean that it's just going to automatically select the new formation that your squad's best adapted to when you come to the club? There's quite a lot of questions raised with this new feature, but nevertheless it should be an interesting one, and I'll be interested to see exactly how this works, because it's one of these ones where I can see why people would find this useful, but at the same time I can't see it being of massive use to people who really like going in depth with their saves. Another new announcement that came from Miles on his personal Twitter was the fact that there'll now be conditional loan repayments, such as repayable upon promotion to top division. So this is something that I talked about a few days ago, I believe, the fact that there was a new loan that they'd added in. I think it was a PIK loan that they'd added in, which is kind of a risk-free loan that's used to give teams extra umphs. Looks like they're talking more about the loan repayments here, and these kind of new clauses like repayable on promotion to top division is going to be an interesting one to see kind of, can you take out a loan only when you're struggling, or can you take one out if you're in the championship and you're mid-table and you want to go for that extra push? It's an interesting one. I like the idea of it. It'll be interesting to see what other kind of clauses and conditions they add, but it's a nice little addition nevertheless. Again, going back to the training calendars, another new announcement is the fact that training counts will be shown on the training calendars. So this is for when you go away on pre-season abroad. I know it's already been announced and I didn't cover it in a daily update, but by going abroad it boosts merchandise sales in the country that you go to. Again, relating to these kind of pre-season tours is these training camps, and now they're shown on the training calendar, which is a very useful feature, as on kind of FM13 there's no easy way to kind of see when you leave and return from your tour abroad. So just adding that nice little bit of feature, overdue but nice to see it added. And today's final feature is the fact that there will now be new press conference questions relating to a chairman after a new takeover. So that could be an interesting one. I guess this will be kind of asking about your relationship with the chairman, if there's any philosophies that when he comes over he's expected you to play. Kind of raises a few questions because as I talked about a few days ago, there's the new chairman interviews when you get interviewed by your board upon trying to get a job. I'm wondering if when your club gets taken over and there's a new chairman in, are you going to have a meeting with the new chairman in which you discuss the club's philosophies and kind of the vision for the club? It's an interesting one, and certainly these press conference questions, seeing some more of these added is great news as well. But anyway guys, that is your daily update for FM14. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know which of these features you're most looking forward to. Let me know in the comments as well, which feature that hasn't been announced yet do you want to see? It could be little, it could be huge. I know someone's going to say I want them to redo the match engine. It's not going to happen this year. I'm sorry to break it to you, personally wants to see it. But nevertheless, let me know what features you want to see. Let me know which of these new features you're most excited about. If you've enjoyed the video, guys, leave a like rating. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe to my channel for Football Manager 2013 and 2014 content. And other than that, guys, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.